Welcome to the Properties to Profit podcast. I'm Michael, your host. Excited to share with you my journey from a six-figure job to building a successful real estate business. Each episode will explore various aspects of real estate investing, from wholesaling and flipping to managing rentals. I'll share the lessons and insights I've gained, aiming to help you avoid mistakes and achieve your financial goals. Expect guest experts, valuable tips, and practical advice to guide you on your own real estate journey. Thank you for tuning in. If you find any value in this podcast, please subscribe, share, and follow me on social media. Let's turn properties into profits together.
Hey guys, Michael here with Properties to Profits. And on today's episode, I really want to talk about the mindset behind when you think you have a deal that's going to close and it just doesn't go your way. Unfortunately, in business and sales, that happens. And if you're any good at it, it's happened several times. But there are things you can do along the way to, one, how to handle them, and two, things you can do to make sure they don't occur as often. So first things first, I want to tackle, I think the most important part is how to handle them, right? Because I think they're going to happen no matter how good you are. If you do enough deals in life and you're in sales, you're going to be faced with rejection after you already get the contract locked up. So first things first, I always tell people, man, just assume the deal never happened until it's closed and funded. Because so many salespeople and business owners start spending the money before it ever hits their bank account because they think it's theirs once it's in contract. Well, once it's in contract, the work just begins, right? As a business owner and as a salesperson, depending on how your company's set up, you may have a lot of work to do, you may not. But for us here at my home buying company, we have it set up that another party takes over after the house is in contract. So as things first, just assume that the deal doesn't close until the money is actually in your bank account. Second thing is always go above and beyond with talking to more prospects. Always get more deals than you need to close. So like every company has an average fallout ratio. So if you just assume that you're going to do worse and get more deals so you don't have to deal with that, you overcompensate for the fallout ratio. So say if you need 4 deals to hit yours and you know the company fallout's 25%, assume the company fallout's 50% and go get twice as many deals. And then if they start falling out for any reason, you're in good shape. You don't have to worry about it. You're still hitting the minimum numbers you need to hit. So always aim above what you actually need in life and you'll be okay. And third, I think the most important thing is just understanding that things fall out all the time. So just have a level-headed and never get upset when it happens because it's part of life. Not every deal is going to close. No one bats 100% and you're no different. So when the unfortunate event of a deal falling out does happen, just realize that's part of the game. And that means you're just one step closer to the next deal closing. And so don't fret it. Just move on. Go get another deal, right? Now, on the flip side is how you can prevent this from happening. In our industry, it's not uncommon for someone to reach out to the seller after they hear it's in contract with us and try to get them to sell to them for a better price, meaning they'll pay the homeowner more. And so what we do is we literally tell them like, hey, good news is you're in contract with us, right? We show them that we're so excited. We're going to be buying your house. And I just want you to know it's totally normal for you to question, hey, if I could get more money and continue shopping. Well, the same thing happens when you go buy a car. You wonder if you could get a better deal. Well, the transaction's already been started. You signed the paperwork. We're moving forward. So I always tell people it's perfectly normal that someone comes out of the woodworks, or if you call around that someone offers you more. Why is that? It's because they're just trying to get our money and they're trying to create a headache for both parties. We want you to know this is going to be a good deal. They trusted home buyer in your area to make this happen. So we're literally telling them that this could happen and it's perfectly normal. Now, does it happen all the time? No, but when it does happen, they call us and say, hey, you were right, that happened. And I just told them, hey, I'm already in contract with Oasis. Sorry. And it really helps to make sure that these deals don't fall out. So that's step one. Step two, we don't require it, but we have found when our home buying specialist that locks the deal calls them up and says, hey, what's going on? How are things going? Man, they really appreciate that, even if it's not their job. And so I always encourage people, go the extra mile, call the person in contract afterwards, even if it's not your responsibility. No one ever got in trouble for going the extra mile and just making sure the customer is being taken care of. And I think in today's world, a lot of people forget that. And I think they forget how important it is to do those things. So I tell people, just follow up extra. Put 2 follow-ups, 1 a week until the deal closes, just to make sure the seller's good. The seller's more likely to tell you they trusted you to go in contract with you. The girls on the back end or the people on the back end may be more friendly, maybe nicer, but sometimes they just don't have that same rapport. They got to spend a lot of time with you, potentially several phone calls, several hours, depending on what you sell, to figure things out. And they may just only trust you and may be hiding something from someone else. So if you were to call them every so often, it may prevent a deal from happening. So those are the kind of things we do. The expectations we set with our closers so that they don't ever get upset that deals don't happen. And then the expectations we try to set with our sellers when they do sign a deal is try to prevent that remorse, because we know there's a good chance it's going to happen at some point. So if we can prevent it before it ever happens, it means we are going to be smooth sailing and less likely that a deal ever even falls out. Hope you guys found some value in this. Follow me on Instagram, RealEstateMike02. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Properties to Profit podcast. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Follow me on social media for more updates and tips. Until next time, keep turning properties into profits.